War rarely gives you time to think. Sometimes you have to make decisions in seconds. And sometimes those decisions change the fates of people who don't even know it was a choice. This is the story of a US Army tank crew that was left alone in position and held off the attack to save those who couldn't defend themselves. A small village in the mountains. Quiet, peaceful, almost invisible on the map. But for the people who lived there, it was home, their past, their future. The enemy advanced quickly, much faster than expected. The American tank platoon defending it came under attack from artillery and drones dotted the several tanks. Only one remained. .1 Abrams and 5 men inside. The commander was Staff Sergeant John Miller. The gunner was David Collins. The driver was Ryan Walker. The loader was Marcus Reed, and the radio operator was the youngest, Evan Brooks. He was 19. The order was clear. Hold the position until the civilians were evacuated to the valley through the forest. Simply put, buy time. And in war, time is paid for with only one thing: life. John understood that. And yet he said, "We're staying until the end. We're not here by accident." The tank took up position between an old farm tower and a burnt-out barn. David set up the sight. Ryan kept the engine running at a steady speed. The smell of smoke and wet earth hung in the air. "They'll come down the highway from the east," Ryan said quietly, as if listening to the air. "Will we make it?" Marcus asked, checking the shells. John was silent. He looked down at the women carrying children in their arms, at the old people walking, leaning on the shoulders of the young, where people just wanted to live. Then John said, "We'll make it, because we have to." The first enemy tank appeared around the bend. David exhaled, held his breath, and pulled the trigger. A shot, a hit, a crash. The enemy tank sank and went silent. But 3 more came after it, and then the infantry. The armor shook from the hits. The ammunition was running out. The radio crackled. But the Abrams didn't retreat. None of them spoke of fear, because each knew his role. Because they were a crew, a single machine, a single decision. When a shell pierced the side armor, a fire broke out. Inside, Marcus put it out. With his bare hands, 3 shells remained. Then 2, then 1. John looked at Evan. He was shaking, but holding on. "You're doing fine, soldier," John said, calmly, confidently, fatherly. The last shot stopped the last enemy vehicle. The advance slowed. The enemy stopped, and at that moment, American helicopters and armored vehicles appeared on the horizon. Reinforcements had arrived. The tank had done everything. The crew had done the impossible. When the hatches opened, their faces were covered in soot. They could barely speak, but they were alive. They won't be written about in textbooks. No movies will be made about them. Their names won't be in the headlines. But on that road, near that small village, life went on because 5 people decided not to retreat. And that's enough. Memories don't have to be loud. Sometimes they just live inside us.